I am the Salem Queer, and this is my horror channel. So today's video, we are going to do a movie review of Hansel. Oh wait, not Hansel and Gretel. Gretel and Hansel. If you're new to this channel, I do movie reviews of horror and thriller content. I also do rankings list of horror and thriller content as well. And in the future, I will do some more non-cinema type of horror. If you follow my Instagram page, Salem Queer, I do a little bit more quick movie reviews, 13 day challenges, news updates of horror as well, and share what I'm also reading in horror, which I do readings of like horror comic and horror novel. I would really appreciate too if you hit that subscribe button as well. You can set your notification settings of when I post a new video, and you can also set the settings too of how often you get the notifications. But it just helps me out too if you subscribe to my YouTube channel and also follow my Instagram page too. And again, if you're new to my horror channel, this is normally how I do movie reviews. I like to just look at the filmography, the acting, and also the storytelling, and kind of base my ranking on on those elements. But I do my rankings at a 10 scale too, which 10 is a phenomenal, out of the park type of horror film. There will be some spoilers in this video, so if you don't want to hear any of those, I would suggest stopping the video right now and go watch Gretel and Hansel, and then come back to this video and share your ideas, opinions, thoughts on what I had to say about the movie, and also what you even thought of the movie itself down below in the comments. But let's get the movie review started right now. Okay, my overall thoughts of Gretel and Hansel is I really liked the artistic vibes that it gave. To give a short little idea of what the movie is about, we all know the general story of Gretel and Hansel, brother and sister, go exploring out in the woods, and then they kind of get caught up with being hungry and being attracted to a house that has smells of food. And then the house, there's a witch, and the witch tries to trick them into eating them, and it backfires, and the children, which are Gretel and Hansel, end up surviving and leaving and escaping, all that. But this movie comes with a few twists and more details of the backstory, which is more true of the original story of Gretel and Hansel. And I say that and inform everyone this is because when I was reading the comments of people first watching this movie back in the early 2020, and it was kind of a little sexist, you would say. People were upset by the movie title, and they were upset with the feminist hidden meanings behind it, which honestly, if they did their homework, they would understand that the original the original story of Gretel and Hansel, the title meant was Gretel and Hansel, and Gretel was older sister and focused more on her having witch powers, all that, what this movie tells. So it's not they're trying to portray feminist perspective here, but if they were, who the hell cares? Anyway, so the difference in this movie is we get more backstory of Gretel and Hansel and how they end up in the woods, which they pretty much get kicked out because their mother is like, well, we need food and we need money to survive, and you have to go out and get it. And Gretel this time around is older. I would say she is probably close to being 16 years old, and then her brother is around like 10, 12, maybe 13, the oldest. And we also see Gretel with like some potential witch powers too, which is exciting in a way of a difference, and I like that. And also the look of the witch too is very still artsy, but has that good horror look to it. But also at the end too, we see that Gretel and Hansel like overcome the witch as usual, but Gretel stays behind in the woods and left with the ending of either she's going to be a good or a bad witch, because the original bad witch, you can see her hands were blackened, like long black fingers, and Gretel's hands were starting to turn into that at the very end. So we're kind of like, is she just going to replace the old previous witch? Let's go into the ingredients of what made this film get its ranking that it did for me. I think we should start with the acting. The acting was very, very well done. I love the actress that played the witch. She did such a great job just portraying that witch, but taking it a little bit further into the creepiness. And I looked back in her filmography, and she actually has a very decorative, creepy horror villain. And I think they selected someone very, very good for that. And if you have not known, the actress that plays Gretel is the same actress that is in It Chapter 2, and she's also in a Netflix series, and I forgot the name of it, but it's pretty much a modern Carrie story. So if you know the title or the name of that TV or that Netflix series, comment below to inform me, because I forgot and my brain's fried. But the acting was it was good. It was not, there's no flat line or flatness to it. They provided the good suspense, likable character development. What kind of makes this little controversial, or people might disagree with me, and that's okay. Everyone has their opinions, and that's fine, and we all have different ideas and tastes, and I respect that, and I provide a equal platform for that. But my most favorite part of this movie was the filmography, how it was shot, how it was provided in the effects, and it just went over and beyond for me. I thought it definitely provided the horror elements, and then also adding in, again, what I was saying earlier, the artistic vibes of it. It's just, they didn't have to do in your face shots. They didn't have to do quick running in the woods shots. It was just very still shots, and then you're slowly zooming in or slowly zooming out. They captured the woods and the house so well. And even inside the house, how they even shot the scenes in there was just, yeah. And then the storytelling, I will say it is a slow burn. It might not be what you first think it's going to be, especially if you're a person who watched the trailer of this, and like myself, I had assumptions that it was going to go really, really dark and really possibly gory, or providing some uncomfortableness elements of horror. But it didn't do too much of that. It kind of just allowed the music, score, and the shots tell more of the horror. And I get that, and I respect that for the art side of it. I just think that the storytelling could have made it go a little bit further extra, with adding in a spot on the horror genre cinema world where it could provide a what's the word I'm thinking of? Scare, uncomfortable, impactful effect, like how some horror movies did. And the one I think of still to this day is Hereditary, how frightening, or even Midsummer too, how it's like makes you uncomfortable and you never forget it type of thing. And Gretel and Hansel didn't provide that for me. But I would say this is a good film to watch if you just wanted to play it in the background if you're having like a Halloween gathering. But also too, if you just want something to, again, just have a slow burn and you just want to enjoy the artsy side or the artistic look of horror, this is a very spot on film. And my overall grade or score of this movie is, I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. The filmography and acting just really did it well for me, but most of all, the filmography. The storytelling was a little bit disappointing, I'll admit. I just wish there was more of, that scare factor, because towards the end of the film, like the last 20-30 minutes of the movie, we see that horror effect, and we see the scare, the magic and all, but I just wish we saw what we were seeing in the trailer, where we saw like the hair being pulled, which is in the film, but it's just like, I don't know, just something more of those elements. But tell me your thoughts and ideas and opinions of Gretel and Hansel. What did you like and not like the most out of this movie? And make some suggestions of horror films that you want me to review and discuss about in the future, because I'm just going down by the list so far of this year, and I'm going to go year by year until people give me some recommendations. I appreciate you all just giving me the time and effort and energy and thoughts and words, all the good vibes of my horror channel, and I cannot wait to see you in the next film, and goodbye.